Hello, everybody. I am Yolanda Marie. Just another message from the Arcturians. This may be a bit of an activation. I'm not entirely sure yet, okay? But they want to talk about this huge, just barrage of activations and frequency shifts happening right now. And so the activation that's going to come through these words and this frequency is more to put you in line with how to move forward while you're going through these frequency shifts. This is what we wish to talk about today, because the shifts indeed are going to move you into your next level of ability to receive information, receive and interpret information. Okay, so these are the Arcturians, all right? And so basically, there is a huge rollout happening of new awakenings, but with that, or we should say, on the heels of that, or moving that along, okay, moving that along is the ones who have already been shifting, already been doing the work, the ones who are already very aware, having this major lifting off. It's a lifting off of old information. So it's not even necessarily low frequency information, it's old. It's no longer needed. Okay, it's part of this entire event that is occurring, the event that has been spoken of. There is a major one coming, okay? But remember, we are also creators. So even as we know there is a culmination to this, right? There is a point at which this is going to really majorly expand and be an obvious shift for the collective. We also know we are helping to shape and maneuver how this appears to us in our experience. Okay, so how that relates to your frequency shift is going to be very unique to you. This is what's coming through now. And these are the Arcturians. It's going to be very unique to you. What do you wish to perceive in your own environment, in your internal environment? Your internal environment will reflect your external environment, as we have been teaching you. We have been reminding many of you. We have been re-inciting this in your field. This information is going to become excitable. You can remember this at the ready to reaffirm and reshape what is happening in your internal environment. And what we mean by that is your emotions. What emotional experience are you having, but also what emotional experience are you allowing to prevail in your field? So it's not so much that you shouldn't have all of these beautiful emotions during this human incarnation, because it is about the experience, but you are an intelligent being. We do not mean intelligence in terms of the previous paradigm's educational system. Okay, we mean higher intelligence. You are highly intuitive, and that is true intelligence. As this merges with what you have already progressed through leading up to this point in terms of your mental processing, the way that you reason, the way that you think, and many of you think outside the box. Many of you do not think like another person who would be considered a standard person who is able to flow through the education system. Let's put it that way. Many of you do not have an easy time of reasoning, processing, and thinking in that specific way. Many of you are already adjusted to a higher level and a more fast paced way of processing information that may not make sense to the we do not wish to say the word average. We do not mean average in this way. We mean a person who would more readily blend in and communicate with more people, because none of you are average. But some of you are prepared for the future communication. You are prepared for those who are already watching you, your soul family, your galactic soul family. There are many fleets of ships, more incoming, heavy, larger ships, where you are and have been doing research, but they're just outside the periphery of the planet. Some of them had left and now they are returning. Many are returning. There are new ones coming as well. So you are about to be greeted with more of your family, as there is a soft disclosure happening on your planet. very quickly turning into a more open disclosure. And so your frequency shift is very important to drop old information that has to do with the old discourse. Because inside of you, inside of the DNA, what's being released there, what's being activated, is going to bullet train, fast paced move through that old discourse in a way that will nullify it. And you will be starting new with a new discourse, with a new way of communicating with each other, with a new understanding. This also is going to impress upon or make it very difficult for energies who would prefer the distractions to remain to operate. Because you see, it will be as though they are not even there. They will be continually trying to cause destruction. They will continually be trying to cause distortion, disbelief, excommunication. They will be trying to dispatch forces to interrupt and disrupt communities and families. All of these things will be happening. And yes, they will happen and things will unfold. But those of you, and many of you, and more incoming, are going to be able to move through and cut through this quantum information that is no longer relevant to the experience the planet prefers. You will be able to cut through this very, very quickly. And so a new discourse and a new element will arise that is more able to see truth more quickly in a situation, but also solutions. More solutions. Solutions that involve the whole, solutions that are of a higher frequency. As you roller coaster into these solutions, you will also be able to more readily communicate with these brethren that are going to be watching you. You cannot perceive them consciously yet, collectively, because of the frequency that you're holding. It is a collective of frequencies, it's a conglomerate. And so, therefore, there's just enough information of the old discourse, of the old distortions, that it keeps you weighted down just enough. And think of it as a film over your eyes, like a cloudiness, where you cannot quite perceive what is right in front of you. That's quite literally what's happening to a degree, or from a certain perspective, you can say that that's quite literal. But it is not really what we mean. Really, as you drop that information, you will move faster. Your information will move faster because you are information. You are information. And so you, as information, will move more quickly. You will move more quickly and you will interpret more quickly. Your visual cortex is already changing. Your ability to physically see more light, more of the spectrum, so more of the information, it's shifting. And this is why continue to drop the old. This is what's happening with the frequency shift. We love you. We are the Arcturian Council. End transmission.